Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Before I start my speech, I would like to say thanks to Russia Eurasia team, especially Michael Chernov and the administration of Moscow State Linguistic University for inviting me to speak on this important topic, which is Russia-Pakistan strategic cooperation in achieving security and development in Central Asia and South Asian region. Ladies and gentlemen, as the world is now shifting from unipolar era to multipolarity, allowing states to carefully choose new allies and set new policies. In this regard, Pakistan and Russia have entered into a mutually beneficial relationship, and this process continues since last decade, which will also set a tone for regional geopolitics. As both states oppose a unipolar world and and are in favor of rule-based international order to regain a balanced global order, so this rule-based order needs the participation of Russia. In addition, the center of gravity of geopolitics is also moving towards Eurasia, where China and Russia are moving closer on one hand, while on the other hand, the US and India are approaching nearness in their position against BRI and CPEC. In this scenario, Pakistan is central state that can balance out the challenging proposition of these countries. Ladies and gentlemen, Pak-Russia relations are not confined to just one area of cooperation, because there are multiple areas which includes every facet of statecraft, including military, politics, economy, society, and culture. So, as far as the Pakistan-Russia strategic relations are concerned, these relations encapsulate the improving military ties between both countries. These involves the purchase of military armaments from Russia, the conduct of joint military exercises, and the professional training of Pakistani soldiers in Russia. So these are joint groups and of both countries to debate and deliberate the issues of strategic stability, counterterrorism, and other areas of interest. Pakistan-Russia relations are dependent on the dictates of their geography. Both states are straddled by the Central Asian republics, and the changes in Afghanistan have a direct bearing on them. So, in this changing geopolitical structure of the globe, Pakistan is the gateway to Eurasia, as it links markets with manufacturers. Russia is one of the greatest producer of gas and has been the historical key player for Central Asia, while Pakistan can link these producers with consumers around the world. So we can say that such a relationship can offer the gradual strengthening of their bilateral relationships. Significance of Pakistan is also evident in regional politics, particularly in Afghanistan and Central Asia. The emerging threats of the ISIS in Afghanistan, China Russia growing cooperation, and the pronounced role of geopolitics in Central Asia have created an environment which has aligned Pakistan's and Russia's interest. And as a peace-loving country, Pakistan would wish to continue its active participation for the peace and prosperity of both the Central and South Asian regions. Lastly, I would say that through the CPEC, Pakistan's vision of economic development and peace fits in Russia's vision of pan-Eurasian integration, and connecting Central Asia with South Asia. This corridor will become convenient route for Russia. In this larger picture of Pak-Russia strategic convergence, Afghanistan evolved as a regional arena where, for the first time, Pakistan's and Iran's interests converged. It is true that Pakistan fits well in Russia's geostrategic and geoeconomic vision, and it is more likely, and also due to structural changes in the international order and international system, that Pakistan emerges as an important player in Russia's dream of pan-Eurasian integration. To conclude, I would say that if China, Russia, and Pakistan would continue their strategic, economic, and diplomatic collaborations and work for the prosperity of the South Asian and Central Asian regions, then it might also compel India to alter its aggressive attitudes towards South Asia and help bring long time peace in the entire region. Once again, thank you so much for inviting me and for giving me this opportunity to speak to the audience.